Shelf pin holes, really the bane of my existence lately, and why the standard method for drilling shelf pin holes really doesn't cut it, because it leaves poor results, especially when you're drilling into plywood. So we'll start with some of the pros and cons of the typical method using a drill and a template to drill those shelf pin holes, and then we'll finish up with what I think is a far superior way for better results. Everybody's seen these jigs you can get from woodworking stores. Some of them are just basic plastic, and others are really nice acrylic templates like this one from Woodcraft. And I don't think the issue is with the quality of the template. It seems really accurately machined, and I've never had any issues with the template side of it. The issue is more the drill bits that they come with. They're these self-limiting drill bits that you're supposed to use, and the idea is it'll only drill to about a 1/2 inch depth. Now that's the good part, because you'll never accidentally drill through your cabinet sides, and that's really a big advantage over just using a standard drill bit. The problems with this setup is really twofold. The first is cut quality. So if you're drilling into plywood, you'll notice chip out around the edge of the hole, and immediately you feel like you're trying to sand or fix a problem you just created. The second issue is when you're using a handheld drill, there's nothing to keep the hole perpendicular to the cabinet side. These are both problems that you can easily fix by switching, and instead of using a handheld drill, just use a compact plunge router. The nice thing there is you can still set your bit depth so you don't accidentally over drill the holes, and you can even use the same template, whether that's a commercially available acrylic template or just one made from plywood. All you need is a piece of 1/4 inch plywood and just drill some 3/8 inch holes in it, space those evenly or as desired, and then use a brass guide bushing in your plunge router. That'll locate the holes perfectly, and as far as the router bit, it's just a 1/4 inch spiral bit. And as it turns out, the type of spiral bit you select makes a big difference in the cut quality. Initially, I assumed that a downcut spiral bit would be best. Now these are just 1/4 inch spiral bits that'll perfectly fit a 1/4 inch shelf pin hole. But I thought, hey, downcut spiral is a way to go because it's a plywood veneer, and I want to protect that sensitive veneer layer by pushing it down with a spiral action. Well, when I tried that, I noticed significant burning in the plywood, and the cut quality wasn't all that great just because it left a little burn mark on the top of the hole. And so I thought, well, I'll switch to an upcut spiral bit as you would with a mortise. I thought that wouldn't be required because it's such a small hole, but when I switched to an upcut, the veneer was perfectly protected, no burning, and the holes were all perfectly perpendicular to the side. So I solved all the issues I was looking to solve with just a basic plunge router, a 3/8 inch guide bushing, and then that 1/4 inch upcut spiral bit. And it really doesn't seem to matter whether you make your own shop-made template with 3/8 inch holes drilled in it, or just pick up a commercially available template. Either way seems to work just fine. The one thing you might worry about is access. Hey, do I have enough room to get a plunge router into a cabinet that's already built? And you know, even with my cabinets that already have face frames installed, I haven't had any issue with access, although I do leave the back panel off until after the holes are drilled. Commercial jigs do get the advantage for these threaded accessories like stops to help align the template, and then a repeater pin, and this just lets you keep drilling for rows of holes that are longer than your template would normally allow. I'll just drill a couple holes in the traditional way, and then we'll compare the cut quality to the router. That was the Woodcraft bit, and then we'll do a couple with the Rockler bit. The other thing I found are the way these fit. Some of the ones drilled with a drill bit are too loose, others are too tight, and sometimes they're crooked. Any of the holes I drilled with a router just have this nice, gentle friction fit. They're easy to install, and they stay in place. So much better fit with anything done with a router. And just check out that cut quality. I've never seen it quite so good with a handheld drill. And no matter the style or brand of shelf pins I tried, they all seem to fit perfectly with this method. Nice professional looking results with a good fit. It's worth a try. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. I'll put some links down in the description, including the jigs and tools we used today, but I'll also give you some video ideas on building cabinets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.